Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new here. I think I've probably been spending most of my conscious life trying to separate myself from other people, from the mass, from society. I think I have always wanted to be the person that was the exception. And maybe that isn't everybody's goal, but I know that for a lot of people it is. And they're just not quite sure how to do that, or maybe they don't have the courage, or they just don't know where to start when it comes to being an individual. And I think it's ever harder in our current state of things and in the world that we live in when it comes to technology and social media and the desire to follow trends and purchase things. It seems like the desire to fit in is stronger than ever. I want to give you guys some unsolicited advice, I guess, on how to make yourself and your life, the things that you do, the things that you care about, memorable. And the best way to be memorable is to be authentic. I know that may sound like a generic thing to say. What the hell does authenticity even mean? And I want to get into that. The reason why memorable people are authentic and vice versa is because an authentic person is timeless. Who they are, their personality, they seem to be applicable or inspirational in any time period, which is why their legend can pass on from one person to another, one generation to the next. That kind of goes into the very first thing that I think everybody that seeks to be authentic should know is to be steadfast in the things that you believe in, especially your morals, and to not change all that much. I think it's extremely important to find out who you are, or even in the time being, if you say that you are something, then hold to that for some time. If you say, I'm not going to do that, I don't believe in that, then make sure you stay that way for a long time. Being steadfast is one of the quickest ways for people not only to remember you, but also to trust you. Trust is a huge part of being memorable, because it's not only trust in your beliefs, but it's trust in who you are as a person, that you will not change, that a person can look at you and say, that person has been like that and always will be like that. And I can count on them to be an ambassador for whatever thing they believe in. This concept of being timeless, being steadfast and memorable, you need to be like an eternal constant. And I know that's hard. I know we want to change and shapeshift all the time. What you're trying to achieve is somehow the same the entire time, even if you are developing it. There's still a center. The center must hold at all times. And though there may be things attached to this center that come off and change all the time, the center must be the same. That is authenticity. The center holds. And something to say here, obviously, yes, I know that from the time that you're in your early teens up until probably your late 30s, we're always developing, right? We're progressing and evolving, and we're dipping our toes into different things. But I've noticed that an authentic person, I've noticed in myself even, that whenever I did go through phases, they weren't phases. I took bits and pieces of what I liked from everything, and I still keep them with me. Maybe you see the way that I look right now, and you see how I am on this channel and what I talk about on this channel, but would you ever know that I love Screamo? I used to wear the Neff beanie in high school, and I used to wear the band t-shirts and skinny jeans and Vans. I still have a pair of Vans that got signed by like the lead singer of Miss May I at Vans Warped Tour. I still have those shoes. They're still precious to me. I may not dress like that explicitly anymore, but I took that music, that genre of music with me, and I still really like the music. I still listen to it. I think authentic people, even if they do go from place to place and change styles and aesthetics, there's something of themselves, something of that center that they take with them once they transition into something else. You're not supposed to change from scenario to scenario. I'm sure many of you have had this irritation with other people who seem to change who they are based on different groups of people. Or if it's not just one-on-one with them, they change, their personality is different. That's not an authentic person. Would you trust that person? No. Are they memorable? No, because they change from scenario to scenario. It's hard to keep up with them. So whatever it is, who you are, what you believe in, stick to those things. Make sure that you are a foundational figure, someone to trust. The second thing that I think authentic people do is they prioritize their desire. This is this eternal constant thing that I'm talking about, this trust. Because people who are authentic and memorable, who care about the things that they love and have passion for something, that passion does not change from scenario to scenario. Again, it's a center that stays the same always. And no person outside of themselves will ever change how they feel about something. The authentic person will never be swayed to think or believe something that is against their nature. Their desires, their pleasures are part of their nature, and they go for the things that they want. People who are not as authentic either don't know what they want, or they are too afraid of how they will be perceived by other people in pursuing this desire. And this leads me into another point, really, is that authentic people are selfish, I guess you could say. And I don't mean selfish like they suck as people. I mean that an authentic person is selfish in the fact that they are truly, truly themselves. Again, that selfishness is the center that I'm talking about. This infallible personality, this belief system, these morals that do not change, no matter what the circumstances are, no matter who surrounds them, no matter how they can possibly be persuaded otherwise. What they want, they will seek. And if the environment is not right for them to seek that desire, to obtain that desire or pleasure, then they will promptly leave because there is nothing really there for them. If you want to be authentic, if you want to be memorable, then you should probably spend ample time alone rather than with people, because it's very easy, because we are social creatures, to be swayed by people, to adopt the preferences of other people. We mimic by nature, but the authentic person takes these things that they love from other people that they surround themselves with that are also authentic people. They take those as little bits to their personality, but it does not, again, change the center. These are things that hang off of the center, tangents off of the center. They do not change the center. Every person, even authentic people, are an amalgamation of all of the people that surround them that they love and care about, how they grew up, people that they spend the most time around, the icons of their life, influences, their muses. But the authentic person will take like puzzle piece bits from these people rather than adopt an entire personality or mimic everything about one specific person. And in this way, in order to not adopt too much or to not have a disproportionate amount of external influences affecting you, you should spend a lot of time with yourself. More than 50% of the time should be with you so that you can be steadfast in your beliefs, so that you are the only other thing you're coming into contact with. It's just you and that mirror image of you all the time. This is a form of reinforcement of your ideas, and this will help strengthen this authentic self, this center. This goes into the last thing that I want to talk about. And it's something that I'm going to be exploring for the next couple of months, maybe even years. But I personally really love the author Clarice Lispector, and I'm going to be reading into Simone Weil. I've been looking into this idea of nothingness and what it is to be one with nothingness. And the reason that's not a random thing for me to say. Whenever Simone Weil said once that prayer, giving somebody your full attention, is a kind of prayer, because when you're giving yourself over to this person that you're speaking to or you're listening to or you're showing empathy for, you're doing an altruistic act. You are emptying you of yourself entirely. And I know this sounds like a negation of all that I've said in this video, but authentic people know when to not be selfish. And they know that the most memorable thing in the world is when somebody actually listens and pays attention to something that you're saying. If somebody wants you to listen to their story, then somebody that gives you their undivided attention and offers an authentic response, that's memorable. And that, again, is building trust. And it is, like Simone Weil said, it's a type of prayer. It's an emptying of oneself of all of your preconceived notions of your path of life, your stigmas, and just listening, just observing, and just showing that person, giving that person your time. I think that authentic people know when to set themselves aside to let another person speak, to give the person the platform, the space to be themselves. And in this way, the authentic person is letting this person they're speaking to have the room to be authentic themselves. Because the person that they're speaking to, sorry, this sounds probably like really recursive and annoying, but like when the authentic person is speaking to this person, if they feel like they're really being listened to, they feel that they can trust the other person, they will be more authentic themselves. Authenticity, like I said, is all about, it's about trust, it's about being steadfast, and you're memorable when you're doing things like that. So many people have agendas and they're selfish in a way that doesn't allow for the people around them to trust them. So I think the authentic person is able to kind of vacillate between being an individual, being a strict, staunch individual, and also being selfless enough to let the people that they care about become authentic themselves and have faith and confidence to exert themselves in the world. So I'm just gonna repeat here again. If you want to be memorable for generations as a person, not even for creating anything, I think that you should be steadfast in your beliefs. I think that if you go from different phases in your life, you should always take a little bit of those things with you. Like, why would you be interested in something that has nothing to do with you, right? So like always follow things that have a little bit of you in them and take those pieces with you as you go along the way. So you're building that authenticity throughout your life. Make sure that you stay away from large groups of people. It can be confusing and it can make it harder for you to go on this journey towards being genuine and being authentic, and being with yourself, taking time to be in solitude helps you to reaffirm and reinforce your beliefs and your view of yourself, your perception of yourself and the world. Try to get those altruistic, truly selfish acts in your month, in your week. And one of those altruistic acts might be just giving somebody your undivided attention, and being genuine and just emptying yourself of who you are, your beliefs and everything, and just letting another person have the chance to be authentic. Yeah, let me know in the comments if you thought this was helpful, if you liked this video. Please give it a like. Please subscribe, turn on the bell for notifications, share this video if you thought there was valuable content in it. No! My camera died. Right at the end. So sorry, guys. But yeah. Like, subscribe, share this video, turn on the bell for notifications, blah, blah, blah. Leave a comment. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you think I'm crazy or this was dumb or this was great. Okay? I'll see you next week. Sorry my camera died, but this is... Adios.